research.
Hello, welcome to the Little Big Circle Show, where we're little in size and
big in
conversation.
My name is Peggy, and I am your host.
And I'm Jadea, and I'm your co-host.
We
and
have
today. Oh wait, go
ahead, girl. You know.
And I'm Kiwanda.
I'm Tessie.
It's your boy, the hostess with the mostest.
Hey.
This show, you never know what you get on this show. But we have an awesome show for you today, and we are so excited to get busy with this show. And I'm gonna let my co-host tell you what it's all about. Go ahead.
Okay, so today we're talking about co-parenting goals, smashing those goals. Let's dive right into co-parenting. I like this conversation. I like the topic. So shout out to whoever gave it to us.
Yeah, shout out to you because I don't like it, but go ahead on. Okay. Just go ahead on in there, Kiki. We know we want to hear from you today.
Co-parenting, it has its ups and downs. I think if you can have two adults manage the children together, it's a beautiful thing. But when you got people that's just childish and men or woman that's having grown up and can't have mature conversation, I believe the main key to co-parenting is communication.
Oh yeah.
If you can't communicate with the other person, it makes it so difficult. And I am in a situation where I'm married and there's other children. The mom wasn't the mom I was. So I had to learn how to co-parent with her without stooping to her level. I had to say, okay, her son is a part of our house, so I'm going to make him a part of my house, not worry about her part in the situation, because we wasn't able to communicate. Because, you know, some people feel like if you're not the biological mom or dad, they only could talk to the dad or the mama. When your child come into both of our home, I want to communicate to everybody, but there's some people that's ignorant like that will say, I'm only going to talk to the dad because whatever going on in that situation. So I had to deal with that and learn how to bring it together with my husband and the other children.
Well, I blame Dr. Phil. No, I don't. But I blame him. I mean, Dr. Phil, you get on Dr. Phil's show and he said the parent that who's not the I don't want to quote you, Dr. Phil, but you know what you said. You know?
Oh, I seen that. He said that.
What he said?
He said that the father and the whoever the child mother or father is, that's who needs to communicate.
Yeah,
that's what he said. But I'm just throwing it out. But
okay, gotta say something. I think it's great when they do communicate. Like, I think there has to be a form of communication between both biological parents. Yeah. What I don't like is when the step parent tells the biological parent, you can't talk to the person you made the baby with. I have to do the talking.
Oh,
like that's my only quarrel. Like, there shouldn't be, if I made a kid with somebody, I wouldn't expect my husband to be like, nah, you can't talk to them about your child. Oh, I'm going to be the man and I'm going to handle. No, nuh-uh. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think everybody, like Kiki said, it's communication. Everybody has to talk, but it shouldn't be like the biological parents they gotta have a verbal communication about the kid that they created.
Yes.
And they need to know how to bring it together.
Yes.
That's who is the source. Right. The biological parent is the source. I used to tell my husband, because we grew up together. So some things he had to learn along the way. But you are the center. So when you are the source of communication through you, the child's mom, as well as your wife, and your other kid's mom, you have to bring your family together because those are all your kids. I said, if I leave you today, I'm no relation to you, but your kids is your family. So you have to bring that together, and it should never be awkward. Because if you living in a true house and you a true woman and you a true man and you sincerely loving a child just because they are a child, they don't even just be because it's your husband or wife's child, but loving a child sincerely. I made my husband's son a part of my family. So he got the same treatment, like I told his mama, as everybody else in here get treated. I yell at one, I yell at him.
Yell at them all.
We don't, it's no separation, but he felt my love. So me just disciplining him or rewarding him, he was accepted because I not only was a disciplinary, I loved him, and I do love him. I'm concerned about him when he out here in these streets. You understand? That's what I mean when the family communicates. Yes, the biological should definitely be able to talk to each other and be mature, but as a family, if he has a wife or she has a husband, we all should be able to deal with our children.
Exactly. There shouldn't be no holding back. Co-parenting involves everybody. Come on, Tessie.
I know. I'm finna pull her out. Come on out, Tessie. We want to hear from you.
So I don't know. Co-parenting, it depends on the person you made a baby with. Sometimes you make babies with idiots and you can't co-parent with them. Or sometimes you the idiot. It doesn't, like, everybody has faults. Everybody has faults, and what people have to do to be able to co-parent is say, okay, little kid that I made, what's going to be best for you, and how is that going to work? Like, I know for my son that lives with his dad, the best way for us to co-parent is for me to just leave his dad alone, and when he call me, then I answer the phone and talk to him. If he say, oh, I need you to do this, I do it. Oh, I need you to do that, I do it. But I already know that because we don't have the best relationship, we can't have certain conversations. Like, this man is married, he been with his wife for almost my son's whole life, and I never talked to her. But the reason why I never talked to her is because he's simple, and he's created this environment to where it's like, oh, she said she's going this, she said she's going that. I said, look, you know, you want to keep telling me these stories about her, and then I'm gonna go talk to her, and then you're gonna be mad. So just, you know, leave me alone and give me that space. I give you your son when you want. He lives with him now, so he'll call me like, oh, you need to talk to your son about this. I'll call and talk to him. He'll call me about stuff. I'm like, I don't live there. I don't live in Ohio. What am I going to do about some stuff going on in Ohio that you're his dad? Like, be a dad. And so to co-parent, for us to give our son what's best, we realize that we need that separation of whatever. Like, some people, my niece and nephew, my oldest niece and nephew, they are the son and daughter of my sister's late husband. And that's my niece and nephew. Like, I've been knowing them for 20 some odd years. You can't tell me anything about it. I know my niece's mom, our families do stuff together. Co-parenting is more than just parenting. And that's what people have to understand. Co-parenting is, what does your family look like? Like what Kiki was saying, if you bring these kids in my house, they're going to get treated like these other kids that's in my house. And unless I'm just mistreating everybody, get out my face with the, oh, you got to treat my baby better, or do this or do that. And that's just it. Like, you can't expect me as a person to treat your child any better than all these other kids I know. So just let them all get in the same program. My brother, he adopted a son and daughter. My niece texted me this morning, like, Aunt Tessie, are you there? And I'm like, what's going on? Oh, I'm just getting my hair done. Like, why you text me first thing in the morning with the emergency, are you there? Because you're getting your hair done. So it's like, you just have to be open and just treat all people like you would want your babies to be treated. And I think that's the key to co-parenting.
Come on, Jamalo.
All right. Y'all have made some great points. I will say this, when it comes down to co-parenting, it has to be a unit. It really has to be a unit, because regardless of what people will say, children have the ability to divide and conquer.
Yes.
And would tear the whole thing down.
I know.
Because they know how to play
if you let them
one against the other. So it comes to a point where
Okay, I'm not the. I'm about to say I'm not the only one who can't hear.
Right, outside. So it comes to a point where we have to be mature about who we lay down with, because when it boils down to it, if you lay down with a fool, you subject to pick up fool tendencies. You know that person want to be a good parent when you lay down with them. You just had your good time with them, but oops, there goes it. There the baby is. So it comes to a point where I have to be mature enough to parent with you, regardless if we're in a relationship or not. Don't use the child as a pawn.
Don't.
You know.
So how do we help these some guys? I don't want to be biased.
Yes.
So we'll start with guys first, because they have there's a lot of baby mama drama. I know from my end, we went through a lot of drama. What advice do you guys have for a guy trying to co-parent with a woman who isn't, who's making it hard? How can we, or let's talk to the women.
Yeah.
I'll say to men, quit letting these women manipulate you and understand that you have rights, and then exercise those rights. And I will say to women, quit listening to your bitter mom, your trifling friends, your sorry cousins, and all these people giving you bad advice, talking about, oh, just get a check and he don't got to see the baby and whatever else that they telling you. Quit. Take some time to say, I let this man inside me raw, so I got to respect him enough to let him parent this child that we made. That's what I would say to women.
I would say to somebody, to the man and woman, stop entitling yourself as a baby mother or a baby father. That is no title. That has nothing to do with anything. You are the man, you are the father of this child, you are the mother of this child. Because when you start titleizing yourself, you start feeling like you're entitled to that person or that individual, and you get more of you guys' emotions involved more than the point of the child. So now you can't co-parent. I've been through a lot with my husband's child mother, because every time she got mad, she went to child support. Every time she got mad, she would not let the child come. And it was just more to say, I would say, I had to tell my husband, look, you love your son, just love your son. And I had to help him through some things where when we went to child support, men, be honest. If you living with the baby mama, tell them you live there. So and when you don't live there, because then it's things that's happening to men unfairly. And then when they're not with the woman and they have to pay all this money and do all these things because they didn't do the right thing, say, look, I'll stand up, I live with this woman, it's more than food stamps, it's more than cash assistance. I live with her, she not going to keep manipulating the system, and I got to pay it back. And now it brings friction. Now you don't want to get your child, or you don't want to do nothing. So on both sides, I would just stop titleizing myself as a baby mother and a baby father and say, look, I'm Keelanda, these are my kids, you're the father, take care of your kids. That's how it'll alleviate a lot of more problems than being emotionally tied to somebody.
And I think healing is major too, because as women, we get so mad, and this is the guy that I just knew I loved so much, and we have this kid, and the kid was supposed to come and mend whatever issues we had in our relationship, and then it doesn't, right? The kid doesn't mend the relationship. You end up not marrying that person, and we use the child as a pawn. Oh, well, you left me, so now you can't see your child. You left me, so now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna be grimy, and I'm gonna call, and I'm gonna, just, it's a lot. Healing goes a long way, and it's better for the woman personally, to let it out. Like, hey, if it's done, it's done. It's better for the child, because now the child can see a happy mom. It's better for the father. He can be a dad to the child's life without having to worry about getting the police called on, or dang, they're gonna garnish my wages and I only make a certain amount of money, or I can't, let this child have a relationship with my other kids because the mom don't want that child around, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
there's just so many ways healing can help.
Men need to heal too.
Mhm.
Yes, they do.
Yes. Like my sister, her husband and her divorced, her first husband, he got mad. He did just what you said. He got mad and he divorced his kids just because he divorced my sister. And the kids were broken. Like Tessie said, they were hurt because you lived with them. They were born with you in the home, married to my sister, and because she divorced you, you decided to divorce her and the kids, and don't come get them, don't see them, and they used to cry and look for him. And that's what I want people to understand today on this blog. Like, it's not about you. It's not about you as the man. It's not about you as the mother. Kids are people too, and they hurt through our hurt. So if you need to get healed, forgive, get mature, grow up, and allow these kids to be able to deal. Because the things sometimes your kids going through, you don't know because that's their daddy side, or you don't know because that's their mama side. You need some opinion. What's wrong with it? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You need that help. My son was fighting all the time when me and my husband wasn't married. I said, I'm dropping him off like boys in the hood.
Yes.
I'm gonna pull off and leave him there. And you be the dad. Whatever wrong with him, you must need to help him because he's not listening to me. And my husband said at that time was like, we'll drop him off. I'll deal with him. You understand? I needed him to step up because I didn't know how to deal with my son. So just for really, just everybody need to grow up and just handle your business.
Okay, I would like to say, I would like to ask the panel a question. I'm gonna get to you, Jamala. I'm gonna get to you. Trust me. If someone like that is, the other parent or the parent, if they so bitter, is that bitterness or is they still loving that person?
It's a thin line. It's a thin line between love and hate. You love somebody so much, you'll catch them on fire. It's you can't say, it doesn't matter. That's the whole thing. It doesn't matter. Get over it. You have a baby, so whatever it is, get over it.
Get over it.
Be a parent and get over it. Like, women, stop using kids as tools. Men, stop using kids as tools. Kids are people, treat them as people so that they can grow up and be decent people. I think what frustrates me the most is, well, I didn't have an insert relationship, so I can't be an insert relationship. You can be whatever you want to be. Ain't that what we telling kids all the time? Yeah. You out here laying a parent. And that's why, like, for me, I didn't have, like, my kids' dads are just, they're people, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get my kid and I'm gonna have them all the time. And I was like, okay. Like, you want to out-parent me to do that, but love them, take care of them.
But a lot of people don't. People probably that's looking at this thing is not feeling just take care. Maybe they really emotional attached to them. Maybe
they need to get over it.
Really, you can say get over them, get over it, just like that. But it might be hard for them to get over it. So I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt if it's hard to get over it. I don't know what to say to that person, but what I can say is just that, like Tessie said, she's saying it's a black and, it's a get over it, be done with it, it's over, grow up or whatever it is. But some people is stuck in that place and need more counseling, more something else.
And that's when you take this off. And because
Jamalo, let's give Jamalo a chance right now.
I'm gonna slide this in because y'all is ready. Y'all like sponsors in this thing. I have to agree with the healing part. The bitterness is such a branch of unforgiveness because that man or woman left you with the child. So you bitter right now. And bitterness brings on other bitter folks. So, you'll get your little gang of women and they be saying, you don't need that. You know what I'm saying? They'll be all, they be all up in your face telling you, and they just fueling the fire. But it comes to a place where when it's about the child, I have to get healing for the child. I have to get healing from a space where, I got to get healing from a space where if I know that I don't want my child to go through this for the rest of his life, I gotta be healed.
Yeah.
Cause that child gonna need some counseling too. Trust me, cause the dad ain't there. Absentee mama. Parental alienation is a real thing. That's all I want to say.
But I think when you bring up bitterness, it's something rooted deeper than that. It's deeper than bitter. And I feel like when you bitter, and when you bitter, it brings on more sick diseases, all kind of diseases on your health, everything. So it's best to just, like Tessie said, just let it go for your own health, health. Okay.
I think they need to take a step back and assess. It takes a minute, step back and say, okay, make a list if you have to. Why am I mad? If it's a guy, and, a lot of guys will play I don't know if that's my baby. Well, if you don't know, get a DNA test. Easy. They got them at CVS now.
Get you a condom if you don't know.
Dollar Tree.
Right. I mean, there's so many things you can do. Because you have to get over. You have to. That is the only way to move forward and to co-parent the right way to make sure that your kids grow up to be amazing people, right? You can't raise kids being bitter. You can't be happy if you're bitter. You can't be happy thinking this guy is going to come back and it's been 35 years. He's never coming back. This is not going to happen.
But that's the thing. Even if he did come back, I know somebody whose kid, they broke up when the kid was a baby. The dad was never in the kid's life. The kid got grown, went on with their life, moved on with their life, and the mom and dad got married. Wow. They come back. It doesn't matter if they coming back or not. What you have to do, and the child is real bitter. But what you have to do is parent your child. You have to parent through the bitterness. You have to parent through the pain. That's why you have to heal. That's why you have to take time. That's why you have to build a family unit, because if you don't do these things, then what you have is little broken people that grow up to be broken people that go make more broken people. And then it's just not, you don't get to win. It
continues.
Yeah. So you have to, and when I say let go, it's not easy. Letting go is not easy, but you have to keep going. You have to choose life and live. Take it to the Lord in prayer, take it to the whatever meditation you do, take it somewhere, drop it off, and then go be a family with your kid. And maybe you realize that the other parent is maybe a good thing that the other parent's not there. You still can't be mad. You have to look at, I made this child. And this is for men and women. I made this child. What is going to be best for this child? And that's it. My son's dad told me.
That's so nice.
He said when he grows up, he's going to see that I was not a good parent. And he's going to realize that you really did do everything you could for him. So let me just be that hero now. And what could I say to that? That's the truth. You want your dad, that's a reality. And that's not because I'm doing anything to him. That's a choice he decided he was going to make. I know that's his choice. So then I have to do other stuff to make sure that his dad's choice doesn't break him as a person.
Right. But can I just add one thing to soften it up a little bit? Some people don't know they're bad parents. Some people don't realize because the street screwed them up, or they grew themselves up, or they hung around people. They don't really think they're being a bad parent. My dad did not think he was being a bad parent because he was a provider. And he lived in the house. It wasn't no co-parent on the street. He lived somewhere. He lived in the house, child. He thought he was the best dad in the world, but okay.
He was.
Because his father was a provider. He saw his father go to work hard, take care of his family. So he felt that's the only part he had to play. He didn't know he needed to hug his daughters and say, I love you, and you're beautiful, and this, and go out with his son and build and this. He always just thought of providing. He had 2, 3 jobs. We had a house. We had cars. We had everything you want to ask for financially, but emotionally we were broken. You understand? So in saying that, parents, we need to go, and I use a higher power when it comes to my kids. God, show me how to deal with my sons, my daughter, all individual, because they all are individuals, and help their dad learn how to be a dad. That way I don't have bitterness towards him. He don't have bitterness towards me. We can be able to communicate as parents and leave all that other stuff aside, because you really believe in you're the perfect parents, and then you get kids get 40 and say, you ain't did nothing for me. You're like, what? Boy, girl, and you really was in the house with their butts. And you like, it. Now I'm about to slap you because I know I did good. You see what I'm saying? So I would just say to parents, one of the things I do is go to God about each and every one of my kids. My son is not the same as my daughters. So, and I ask him whatever strategic way I have to deal with them. And I pray for the other parent. If I'm married to him or not, I pray for the other parent, because you never know what they're going through. You never know why they act the way they act, and ask God to deliver them so they can love their children. It ain't about me. Love your children. That's the only thing I can say.
And just to add, oh, sorry, can I add something?
Go ahead.
Promote. If you're not the one that has the kid that has the co-parent, has the child that's involved in the co-parenting, promote it as much as you can. Promote communication with the other parent. Promote being as great of a parent to that child. Promote just a great family vibe. That's the only thing. Just promote it. Don't be on the sideline like, well, it ain't my kid. That is your child. The minute you marry the woman, if you marry the man, whoever they bring is yours. Treat it as such and promote that relationship. Foster that relationship. Don't be jealous if the child's mom or dad comes around. Promote it. Be happy. This kid needs to see some good stuff. That's all I want to add.
Well, listen, I'm gonna get to a question. Okay, go ahead, Jamalo. Then I'm going to my real question.
Okay. All right. So the last thing, I'll make this real quick. Watch what you say around the child.
Yes.
Do not cast those negative seeds towards the other parent.
That's right.
For real. Because that simple phrase of you just like your dad or you just like your mama would tear a whole child's world up.
Especially if they think it's a negative thing.
Listen, we're tied up.
All right. Well, here we go with our viewer question. This is a good one. Of course, they all good. But it says, question. It says, hi, my name is Pam. To the
hi,
little
Pam.
Say hi, Pam. Hi, Pam.
Hi, Pam.
Okay.
Hey, Pam.
To the Little Big Circle show. First, I would like to know, is Jamalo single?
Oh, snap.
Is Jamalo single? We don't know. Let's ask him. Jamalo, are you
swipe so I can see his face? Unmute.
If you ain't married, you single. I ain't married.
All right. So that's your question.
That was a great general question.
What?
Answer.
Yeah. Well, that's what, you got your answer, Pam. Okay. So, and it also says, tell Tissy, but I know she means Tessie.
Come on now, Tissy.
Yeah, she called Tissy. Look, tell Tissy I like her hair. Okay, Tessie.
Thank you.
I like your hair.
Right. Oh, girl, you cute.
Okay. Yeah, girl. And it also says, your co-host, she rocks.
Hey.
All right. Rock it out.
Thank you, darling. Thank you, Pam.
Now, it says, now my question is, what do it means when your man won't let you look at his phone?
Oh, that's a whole nother
Oh my
episode.
goodness, Pam.
That's a whole show.
Pam. Did I read this right? Let me see. Now my question is, what do it means when a man won't let you look at his phone? I read it.
It
right,
means
girl.
he's hiding something. We need to find out.
I'm not going to say that.
Who want to get it? Come on, Kiki. Who want to get it?
Let me go and tag on
Okay,
me.
go ahead and do it. The man.
About your man. Maybe it's something I don't want you to see in my phone at that particular time. And I will quote PJ Morton, the world infamous. He wrote a song about going through your phone, because if you go looking for something, you're going to find something and you're going to start something.
Wow.
So you shouldn't have nothing in the phone to
All
find.
right, wait, Kiki, wait. Come
Right.
on. Go ahead, Kiki. Let's help Pam out here.
Pam, he don't want to show you your phone. Leave him. He got too much something going on. Let him go. Let that one go, honey. That's a
She
low
ain't even give a segue. Leave him.
Leave him.
Leave him, because he playing games. You got to know the signs. You got to know the signs. When the man's holding secrets and you ain't even married him yet, girl, let that one go. He hiding. Let him keep his phone and go on with his friends, and wherever he going, get a new one.
Like Beyonce said, tell him, boy, bye.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, Tessie. You want to you want to answer to Pam?
I mean, I ain't going to tell Pam. I ain't going to tell Pam to have him call Tyrone just yet. I would just say, I'm going to just say, you got to know your man. If you ain't been going through his phone, what made you want to start going through his phone? And the reality is, what is it going to take for you to go ahead and leave? Because if you're trying to go through his phone, you're looking for a reason to go. But if all you're going to do is stay, let it be. And if you really want to leave, go ahead and go. Whatever you find in that phone, it's either going to make you bitter and get you sick, or you just going to still be sitting there. Like, you're not, I don't know. Like, I agree with Kiki though. Like, if you ain't with them and y'all ain't married and he hiding stuff from you, you might need to go ahead and move on and quit wasting time. But at the same time, if you're just looking for a reason to go, don't blame it on whatever you found in the phone. Say, this is what I want to do.
Amen to that.
This is what I want to do, and I'm about to go ahead and do it. I'm staying or I'm leaving. That's just it.
Very well said.
I got 2 phones and you can't go through now one of them.
And what Tessie said, don't go through the phone and be no punk. Now, if you're going to go through the phone, you better do what you're going to do. Don't be going through the phone, then you tell who went Tyrone. You want to say, oh, that's all right. Then you shouldn't even went through that phone. But if you going to go through the phone and you found something, you said, now I'm going to leave him. Do what you said you're going to do. Then I won't be mad. But if you're going to go through the phone and still love on him that night, girl, don't go through the phone. Let that go.
Through the phone. Okay, Jadea, what you want to tell Pam?
They said it already.
I know, that's right. They just threw it all out there. We ain't got nothing else to say.
Right. They said it. Take the advice.
Yeah,
Good
take the advice.
Right,
so it's our game. I bet you didn't know. We know that the viewers want to know what they want. They want to know something about us. So we're gonna say, I bet you didn't know. This is our little game. So you can know something about us that we don't even know. All of us on this panel don't even know. Okay, and I said, I'm gonna start it off. I bet you didn't know that it's raining.
Is it? Oh,
trying to vote you.
All right, go ahead, Kiki.
I bet you didn't know I have been doing hair over 20 years.
Ooh, I need to go to Connecticut, get my hair done.
I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, yes. And she's good at it. She's good at it. Go ahead, Tessie.
I bet you didn't know that I went natural because my sister had told my niece she couldn't get her hair relaxed. So I was like, you don't got to worry about hair. And then I went and cut it off. And she was like, oh my gosh, Aunt Tessie. Wow. And so that's been what, like 11 years ago? And I haven't looked back.
I love the natural hair.
All right,
Kudos.
Bug.
Oh, it's my turn. I bet you didn't know. I stopped eating meat and chicken for 30 days.
Uh,
Oh, that was big.
Did
That's
you make
good.
it? Because you
That's a good
sound.
okay, Jamala.
I can go for a burger right now, though.
See that? Get your slutty vegan. You gotta get some slutty vegan.
I have to get a slutty vegan.
I bet you didn't know I'm a sneakerhead. If you want to get me some, Pam, Retro One, size 13, Pam.
Oh no, he didn't say Pam.
Somebody
Yes,
is
he did.
calling you.
Don't do it, Pam. Don't do it. He done already told you can't go through his phone. Do not get sucked in.
Already.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Well, I just want to thank this panel. I mean, I really want to thank this panel. It's such an awesome panel. I really want to thank our viewers that's texting me. I mean, emailing me. And I will have another email for you to email as soon as do we have another email to email?
As soon as
We can't. We'll put it down below.
Okay, we're gonna
like
put it
saying that.
down below. But anyway, but I appreciate you guys giving us the question. We're gonna try our best to answer every question. Jadir, it's on you. Do you have anything else to say?
Oh, I was like, whoa. No, panel is great. You guys rock.
Okay, with that, I'm saying peace.
Peace up. Big time down.
He's so